Hello, listeners. This is Lee Price.
This is Will Ford from Football 365.
And you're listening smartly to At the Bridge Pod, a Chelsea FC podcast, although I would describe it as the Chelsea FC podcast.
Magical from Eden Hazard. Kai Havertz in the Champions League final. Ivanovic! In the middle, it's just behind him. But it's tapped in by Hakim. Matic with the ball driver. Matic takes the net off. Hat-trick hero. Cole Palmer wins an epic, sensational game.
It's time for another episode of At the Bridge Pod, your number one Chelsea FC podcast. Coming up on this episode...
That was the coldest game I've ever watched. Oh, welcome back, everyone, to another episode of At the Bridge Pod. I'm joined in a virtual room filled with all of them. I've brought all of the Lions today, team. Oh, my word. I got Ollie, I got Beth, I got Chris. It's the Friday show on a Thursday. And welcome. This is wild. Welcome to our very first instant reaction pod. You know, we have never done a pod the same day as a game till now. There might be a reason for that.
History makers.
There might be a reason for that. But of course, I've got to ask a question, haven't I? I've got to ask you, what are you looking forward to this weekend, team? Come on.
Oh, I've got my football lads that I play football with. I've got Christmas night out with them tomorrow, and then I've got my siblings all go for a Christmas meal around Christmas.
Ooh,
and
nice.
I've got that Saturday. So pretty
Bert
busy
just
for
loves
me.
a sesh, doesn't he? Loves a good sesh.
Yeah, let's not put that on the podcast, though, shall we?
That last thing cannot go anywhere.
Yeah, that can't go anywhere. I'm
Definitely not.
seeing some family this weekend and over the next week as well. It's Christmas time. Got to spend some time with your family.
Nice.
I'm back in there.
I'm going to Saturday. I've got the football club's Christmas party. Taking Melly to that. I think that's about it actually this weekend. To be honest with you, I'm so confused now with the whole run up to Christmas. There's always something going on that I get very confused over what day of the week.
Well,
it
to
is
be
now.
fair, normally what happens with Christmas is there's loads of days in December. Then on the 25th is Christmas Day. 26th is Boxing Day.
Yeah.
And
You're
then
allowed,
New
yeah.
Year's Eve, Eli, and then it's the start of a new year. So just want to clarify that. for
Listen,
you.
Berth, don't
Oh,
be
thanks,
nice
mate.
to him. Be nice to him. You know, they get confused at his age.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh my word. Right, all right. Here's what's on my little festive to-do list. I've got a bit of Christmas shopping the weekend. I'm going to whip up some gingerbread and white chocolate cookies. And of course, listeners, you want to know what are we needing to settle in with a packed weekend of football? I've got some stuff. It's Sunday. Sunday's the spotlight, let's be honest. You've got the classic wounded animal game in the Manchester Derby. Two shit teams.
Nice.
One must probably win. Maybe. Might be a 0-0. Might be a complete and utter shit fest. And then I'm going to Germany. Well, of course, you know, you've got the Christmas market. Well, I've got you Leipzig against Frankfurt in the Bundesliga showdown because they're riding high this year. It's pretty good in the league. France has got a classic. They've got PSG and Lyon. Argentina, though. In Argentina, it's pretty good. The Liga Professional wraps up with a potential fairy tale ending for Vélez Sarsfield. They were near the bottom last season, but this season they're at the top. They could pull off a shock title win. However, they've just been in... I don't know if this is the equivalent of the FA Cup, but the Copa Argentina, they lost. That's not very good. That's not a good start to go into the final day of the season. Yeah, they kind of need to... That's back-to-back defeats now. They kind of need to win. But I mean, who cares? If you win the title, you win the title. Anyway, close to home, our good friends at FC Noah, they're up against West Armenia. And a win could see them soar to the top of the league. So
Go on, Noah.
Go on, Noah.
Everyone loves FC Noah. Everyone loves them. Right. I've got Shevva shoutouts though. I've got two.
Nice.
I've got two Shevva. I'm excited about these. I've got Molly on Instagram. Just wanted to say thank you guys for being you in all caps. All of your unique personalities complement one another so perfectly, and you all bounce off each other so well to make an amazing podcast with a perfect blend of humour, entertainment, and informative content. Love you guys. Never change. Keep it up. Oh,
Thank you, Molly.
Oh, that's really
thanks.
nice.
I'll
So
send
that's a
that.
good- that's a nice one.
I'll send that 10 quid to your PayPal, Molly. Thank you.
You know what? Well, the best thing is because I've got obviously the screenshot on the script. I've got her display picture up, and I can see her dog, and I'm like, oh, that dog is so cute. No, you guys can't see it, but the dog is so cute. So I'm just giving Molly your dog. It's such a lovely dog. Right, moving Oh, my cat's pulled out the monitor again because he loves doing that.
It's all the talk about the dog.
Yeah, didn't like that,
you
did he?
mentioned dogs, and then all of a sudden you can't.
I'm not
Right,
having that.
and finally, because every shout out is important. Patrista on Spotify, long-time Chelsea fan here, found your pod earlier this year. It's become an absolute favourite. Spot on banter, analysis, and always a great listen. Had to write and commend you all for your choice of partnership, and the starting 11 check-in was a real refreshing and appreciated feature. Big ups and Merry Christmas from Sweden. So, first of all, Scandinavia shout out. I was like, oh, that deserves the horn, doesn't it? That deserves it. I'm having that. I'm absolutely playing the Scandinavian horn. But I think it's nice to hear that the partnership's been, received well. I love that.
Yeah, thank you, Patrice.
That's awesome.
Thank you very much.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So we now move to the news. Oh, it's that time of the week. Let's hop into the elevator at Chelsea News and find out what you may have missed. Josh Acheampong is close to signing a new deal at Chelsea. Jadon Sancho does not have a return clause in his loan deal from United. Carney Chukwuemeka may be joining AC Milan in January. Former Blue Oscar said farewell to Shanghai in the Chinese Super League after 8 incredible seasons. PGML's Howard Webb believes it was right for Caicedo to avoid a red card against Spurs. And finally, Sir Jim Ratcliffe's radical cost cutting at Manchester United has now included the staff's £100 Christmas bonus. It's been replaced by a £40 voucher for M&S. Whenever I read something from him, I just think, what a complete and utter donut. I swear, no matter. Listen, listener, no matter how much we have moaned about Clearlake at times, we've all done it. Every single one of us. We're kind of blessed that we got them over Ratcliffe.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah. Especially with the way he's treating the Man United women's team. Like if given him dominion over that, like for us, just would have been game over, wouldn't it?
Oh, it wouldn't have. We wouldn't have Sonia. We wouldn't. I doubt. I think we'd have just fell from grace. I mean, there's a reason that so many top players at Man United. Look at Mary Earp. She left. Why? Why?
Yeah.
I feel like though when I saw the voucher, I thought maybe I should make a list of things you can buy for £40 or less from M&S, a pre-season throwback there.
It's like 3 items, I think.
Yeah.
I went there the other day and it was all right. I got some macaroons. They were nice. They weren't like
nice.
Yeah.
Didn't expect you to say that. I can't lie to you. That's
I do love a macaroon. They're so lovely. The
That's
only thing
on macaroons. Who'd have thought?
Honestly, this week I did stumble across some prime clickbait courtesy of the Manchester Evening News. The headline said that Man United could recall Sancho in January, and some people were like, "What? It's intriguing, isn't it? It works. Was that a dramatic twist we're aware of? No. It turns out it just goes on to explain that the only clause in the deal is our obligation to buy if we finish 14th or higher in the league. So basically, United aren't recalling anyone unless we defy.
Can we call that what it is? That's not clickbait. That's just a lie.
It's bollocks. Yeah. Bravo for the suspense.
It has to be at least partially true, surely.
Yeah. Right. Literally, the article goes, is Jadon Sancho could be recalled in January? And you get to it going, Jadon Sancho cannot be recalled. I was like, what the fuck was that?
That's so clickbaity, though.
It was so bad.
And I could win the lottery tomorrow, but it's not likely, is it?
Imagine if you did now, though. Imagine if you did.
Could you imagine? I'd buy everyone on this.
You'll find out if he's not here on Monday.
Yeah, true.
You say that. I drove on the way home from the gym yesterday. I was next to a Lamborghini. True story. I need to
Was it
Google.
Ollie?
No, it
was Todd Bowley going to France.
The Josh Acheampong contract, I've got to bring that up. Good to hear. Still haven't seen enough of him, even tonight, to decide if he's good or not. I don't know. It's just nice that it's healthy for everyone that it's getting resolved, I think. For him,
we're
the club.
also that's really nice to hear.
It's
There's
good.
Also the news of the we're going to get 50-60 million for competing in the club.
We
World
are.
Cup. Yeah,
We all of us. Wow.
All of us.
I didn't expect that.
Specifically. Yeah, that'd be nice, wouldn't it? No, it's
right.
It's the part of the prize pool, I think, for being part of this big new Club World Cup is we stand to get 50-60 million out of it, which will be really nice for us. That's the goalkeeper fund sorted.
Yeah, it's our pre-season tour. That's what I'm looking at it. I'm not getting too excited over this tournament. They want it. FIFA want it to be bigger than the Champions League. I'm thinking it's not going to be bigger than the Champions League.
No,
physically it's bigger. I guess maybe is there more teams than the Champions? I don't care.
I don't think so anymore. I don't know.
Right. Oh, it's a midweek trip to Kingsmeadow Corner because Chelsea women welcomed FC Twente in the Champions League. It's Eve Perisset up to bat next. 6. FC Twente are all out. Oh, I'm continuing that streak.
Like
single
cricket
it was
this week. Enjoyed
a
that.
single cricket score. The Sonia Bompastor perfect streak continues. I mean, we just know wins. Nothing else wins. What would you make of another win?
They're just too good, to be honest, aren't they? Really, let's be honest.
Insanity.
Like I thought. I mean, they're just relentless. They just get goals and goals and goals, and they just don't look like they're going to be beat. And I don't know where the loss is going to come from, because we will lose at some point, I'm sure. But I just don't see at the minute where it's actually going to come from.
I know what you mean, but it feels a little bit like we're never going to lose again with the women's team at the moment. But it's got to come at some point. Yeah, but brilliant performance, I thought, from the women's team. You know, Twente are no slouches. They're in the Champions League for a reason, but we, you know, in both occasions of playing them, really, we kind of tore them apart. You know, Maya Ramirez is just an absolutely ridiculous footballer.
Amazing.
So good.
Absolutely
So good.
That I'm sure Chris will go on and say about why I had her down as one of my little. I've got little quickfire winners and losers, and Myra was on there. I mean, the awareness she had, the precision, 40-yard goal. Bloody hell, that's insane! It was just such a good goal. It was so good. Yeah. I mean, Chris, go on.
Well, Ramirez is unplayable, I think, at times. I think when she's properly on it, I think she is actually unplayable. I can't think of a single defender who would think, yeah, I can match her today, because she's so strong and she's so quick as well. It's like she's good going towards their goal and playing with her back to goal. The team, though, they are like the Man City of the women's game. The sort of that dominance that they have, and I think this was another game where we sort of played in sort of second gear and scored 6 goals.
Yeah,
that's insane. Like, I didn't think we was at full tilt. We was comfortable for like the entire game, and I don't think we ever really had to get out of second gear. Like, honestly, what this team could go on to achieve could be endless, and it's really exciting. I didn't think we could look better than we did under Emma Hayes, but I think this is the best we've ever looked.
I mean, she is the most expensive WSL signing of all time, and she just proves it. She proves it, and we just think we haven't even got Sam Kerr back yet. She's still getting up to fitness, so it's like,
that's mad, isn't it? We've still got a couple players yet to come back. Another thing on the women's team, real quick. I saw a graphic the other day that said we've had Millie Bright playing for us now for 10 years.
10 years, man!
Wow.
That's
insane. And everything she's won and everything, she's been such an important member of the squad, such an important captain.
Yeah.
He is Mrs. Chelsea, you know?
Yeah, you know what? Whenever I think of Chelsea, when it comes to the Chelsea women team, I can't even, you know, when we had like the last, I think it was a season or 2 seasons ago, we had a random guy hired for the men's team to stop the no dickheads. Like, there was a no dickheads. But we've never had a negative female player. All of them have always been solid people, and that's awesome. Yeah. It just shows recruitment, and also just the personalities and the camaraderie in the dressing room. I mean, you know, one who's a a very long-standing member of this team, Erin Cuthbert. I thought she had a good game. You know, she dominated the midfield as standard, provided the energy that's standard for her, scored a goal. I mean, the Chelsea team were just pressing Twente, and that's why there was mistakes. And I couldn't not bring up Sonia. I mean, she rotated the squad, and look at that performance, 6-1. You know, we've balanced. We've got tougher fixtures ahead. You know, we've got obviously Leicester away. Yeah, they're they're near the bottom. However, it's away. Away games are always difficult.
Sorry, I was going to say again though, like when we were scoring goals, it's from all over the pitch. You know, like Francois got one, and Cuthbert got one, and Macario got one, and Ramirez got. You know, like we're not just relying on one player. Like you know, like we might have relied a bit more heavily on someone like Sam Kerr in past seasons to get a lot of our goals. But now it's just like it's free flowing, and it you know, it just isn't stopping.
100%. I mean, I do my what if I had a loser from this. Slim pickings. It's slim pickings. The defensive structure, briefly. I mean, we allowed them to score a penalty. There was something there, and despite we did dominate, but there was, if you do that this is against weaker opposition, so we're allowed to get away with it. You do that against the big teams, you're not allowed. Maybe that's why we played against a team that we know we can beat them, and we just didn't, like you said, second gear sort of thing. So, yeah. And I think I did have another one noted down, lack of VAR. I know I'm the first one to complain about VAR. However, it does feel disrespectful that the women's game doesn't have it in the Premier Cup competition, because I'll be honest, Nushkin's headed goal, I think, is overturned on review for offside.
Mate, we found out today that they have it in the Kazakh league.
Well, that's the thing, isn't it?
You know?
Like, I'm not a big fan of VAR, but we've seen similar decisions go against us. Let us know. Remember Real Madrid last season?
Yeah.
Where you're just like,
joke.
What?
Yeah.
It's not even, that was close. This was like, the player was like miles onside, and the one was like, it was like, you remember, listener, you remember. Right. Here's a big one. The post reaction from an actual game that happened today. Never been done before on this pod. So the midweek match report. Chelsea took on FC Astana in the Conference
There is
League.
no commentary line tonight due to the microphone freezing solid.
Oh,
there is no.
Yes. FC Astana 1, Chelsea 3, winners and losers time. And of course, we kick off with the winners always. But who have you got, and how many have you got today?
3 and 3 for me.
I've got 3 and 2.
Same, Berth. I got 3 and 2.
I've got 3 and 3.
Bloody hell, Chris. Yeah, I just don't know how you and Ollie have found 3 losers today. I don't know how I even found 3 winners so quick, turning it around. I was like, gotta think of something. Right.
Trust me, really had to put my thinking cap on
Same.
to figure out 3 losers.
Right, so we might all have the same first winner. I'm going to go Josh Acheampong and other Academy stars.
Yeah, the Academy was the winner.
I've sort of got that, yeah.
I had the youth, so yeah, that's
I mean,
yeah.
After nearly 3 months in deep freeze over a contract standoff, Josh finally defrosts just in time to earn his first start, fittingly in the bitter cold. I mean, what can I say to that? It was lovely to see. It was great to see. And Samuel Raksaki, I mean, he showed flashes of first-team readiness. Obviously, we won't throw him straight in, but he looked composed. He looked capable. Tyreek George was quite lively on the left side. He was quite versatile. He had a shot cleared off the line. So that's a pretty decent game. You had Acheampong capped off. He got a debut. You also had debuts for Shimuka and Keanu Dyer. And I kind of look at it, you can bet wearing that Chelsea badge for the senior side meant the absolute world to them. And that's what
they didn't mind being out in the cold.
They were like, I get to play for Chelsea. And that's the thing, that's the aim. When they join the academy, it is to play for Chelsea at the senior level. That's the dream. And they all did it tonight. And that's bloody awesome. Why were they winners in general for you, Berth? And go on.
Well, I just thought Maresca's got to take a lot of credit, really, because I think this is the first time really we've seen it from a manager in a long time that youth are properly getting a chance. I don't think this would have actually happened under Pochettino. I think that's where we've upgraded slightly. But they've all played really well. Great competition to be in. It's European competition, obviously. The standard may not be the best, but it's still a European competition. So for these lads to get this opportunity, really good to see. They're all playing really well as well. None of them have sort of disgraced themselves. They all look like they should be playing for Chelsea. And I think that's the biggest sort of biggest compliment I can give them. And yeah, they're going to grow. They're going to gain confidence. So when they do eventually get a chance in the Premier League or the FA Cup or whatever, they're going to be ready to take that chance. So yeah, they're all playing really well at the moment in the competition.
Yeah, Ollie, I believe some form of academy was on your winners list. So go on.
Yeah, Cobham was a winner for me because I mean, how could you not think so? You know, the future is bright. I think the average age on our bench was about 12. You had, like you said, Mikey, you had debuts for Amper, Maresca, and Dyer, and they'll all be absolutely gassed for that, I'm sure. Sam Raksaki played a brilliant game. I thought really, really controlled in the middle of the park. Lost the ball a couple of times, but won it back really well. Really made things happen. You know, very impressed with him so far. George was really positive, like you said, out on the left. Even Harvey Vale got minutes, and the shining star of it all was Josh Acheampong, because he looks like a bigger and bigger talent every time I watch him. He's gone sort of from frozen out to just frozen now. Hopefully we get that contract sorted for him, and we have him be part of the squad going forward.
100%.
Because he's been brilliant.
Chris, how were they a winner for you? What did you exactly have on your list?
I had debutants, so mainly the ones who came off the bench, because I know like some of the ones who started wasn't technically their debut. It was sort of their full debut, if you like. Just a good game to see them play minutes, and fair play to Maresca as well for. I mean, I would say taking the risk, which sounds stupid, but it is a risk, because if we was to lose to Astana, even though it wouldn't matter in the grand scheme of things, there'd be talk about it. So it is a risk in a way. So fair play to him for that. But good to see him get a game. And we've got some really exciting young players. It's just going to be interesting to see whether we bring them through to play or we bring them through to sell.
Yeah, the pure profit, which hopefully not.
Hopefully I guess the idea is the best of them will stay, won't they? But I guess we'll see what that means.
Right, Ollie, who was your second winner?
Second winner for me was Carney Chukwuemeka. Started out a bit rusty, thought, looked for a little while a bit like Bambi on ice out there in -11 or however cold it was. But once he found his footing, he really, really grew into the game. Thought he was incisive, positive, attacking, did everything that you would want from an attacking midfielder, except score or assist, really. Was doing basically just everything that he could do, and kind of showing how, even though it is a second-rate competition in a sense, and we are playing on the other side of the world at a weird time and everything, showing that you're still up for it, especially when it looks like he's probably going to go out on loan in January, and like he's been frozen out for quite a long time, and like he's kind of, it's hard when you're not wanted and you've had injuries and this and that. And I thought for him to come through and actually shake the rust off and have the performance he had was really positive from him, and that can only be a good thing.
Fair play. But Berth, second winner for us.
I had Mark Guiu.
Same.
Yeah, he's on mine as well.
Just because obviously he always works really hard. He's not the most prolific in front of goal, but I'm glad he got 2 goals. His first goal, especially today, was really, really good.
Bullied the defender, didn't he?
Yeah, the pace and power he showed was superb, and the finish was great as well. I think he's one of those players that he always works hard when he puts on a Chelsea shirt, so you kind of automatically like him for that. But I think he deserved to be on winners list, because he did just play well, and he got a few goals, and he started us off on the front foot. So he's a winner for me.
I mean, he absolutely bulldozed the FC Astana defence to net the opener. I mean, he practically dared them. He was like, all right, let's see if you can keep up with me. And spoiler, they didn't. They couldn't. And
shades of Diego Costa, wasn't it?
Yeah, and you could go at the opposition. He's 18. He's up against proper senior players. You got, like Chris said earlier about taking the risk. It is a risk, because a lot of these players have known academy. That's the level they've played against. You can't expect the jump. The jump is so big. It does feel bigger. And to take on senior pros, doesn't matter what league, that's a big, big challenge. And Guiu was great. I mean, he's showing glimpses of brilliance. And for me, I could easily see him heading out on loan next season to sharpen that skill and gain that top level experience. I don't think he's going to be starting, and I don't think he'll be a super sub. I really do think he'll get a loan move, maybe to a promoted Premier League. I don't know, but I think he's got so much potential. Chris, why was he a winner?
Yeah, I liked everything that he did in the game. I thought his first goal was excellent. Not just the sort of pace and power he showed to get in there, but then the composure to finish it off. I thought his movement for, I don't know whether it's his second goal or whether it's going down as an own goal, but I thought
they gave it to him in the end.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
The movement across the near post is a proper striker's movement. It's a sort that we used to see Giroud do a lot. That movement across the near post.
Yeah.
To be fair, I have liked a lot of what I've seen of him. But like you said, Mikey, he's 18, so there's going to be refinements there. He's not going to be the finished article yet. I wouldn't. Do you know, he's one of those. I wouldn't be against him going out on loan in January to the right team because I just think with more football, he's just going to get better. He's got a really high ceiling. I think everything you'd want in a striker, I think he's got. I think it's about sort of refining and developing it now.
Yeah, 100%. So, right, well, we'll move to who the final winners are. I've got straight away. Mine's a very, very big shout out to the Chelsea away fans. I mean, you guys and girls are the real MVPs. You burnt 2 days of annual leave. You enjoyed an 8-hour flight to Kazakhstan. You stood strong in a bone chilling negative 12 degrees. I've seen negative 18 get mentioned. Just insane. Just to cheer on our club. And boy, your voices were loud. They were full of passion. Honestly, you're all legends. Honestly, legends. Because
if that's not proper Chelsea, what is?
Yeah, I mean, 8-hour flight. I mean,
that's if you go direct though. Like, if you didn't, it could be like 12. It could be like 2 or 3 flights. It's crazy.
Yeah, madness. So, Ollie, who's your final winner?
No, Guiu was my final winner.
Oh, sorry.
I was just really impressed with him.
Chris.
Pedro Neto.
Great punishment, wasn't it?
Looked too good, didn't he? He just looked
great punishment, wasn't it?
Do you know what? You took the words out of my mouth, Beth. That's what I was about to say. He looked like he was playing in a charity game. Honestly, he looked like he could have just done anything he wanted to at any point. Good ball in for the Guiu second goal. He set up one for Vega as well at the back post. Lovely cross.
Could have had one himself early on as well.
Yeah, just looked far too good to be playing in that game. But I think it's an attitude thing. And I think the one thing that you can never say about Neto is he has a poor attitude because he's playing in this game. Probably disappointed to have not been starting in the Premier League games recently. So...
I mean, he did start against Spurs, to be fair, but I think if he's starting today, then I don't think he'll start against Brentford.
He's suspended for Brentford, I think.
Yeah,
that's why then. Yeah, that's why.
So it's like he could have had a really bad attitude, but he doesn't. He reminds me of, funnily enough, Pedro. Spanish Pedro. Like he always works hard, always gives his all. Doesn't matter who he's playing against. It looks like he just loves playing football, and fair play to him. But he was a cut above in this game.
Yeah. Berth, final winner.
Yeah, to be fair, Mikey, my last winner was fans as well, just for the reason why you said travelling that far in the absolute freezing cold, like minus 20 or whatever ridiculous state it was, and getting the long flights and just being an amazing sport. And to be fair, you could say Chelsea fans in general this season, because we have started very, very, very well. We've not got ahead of ourselves. We're being very humble with things at the moment. And we're just, it's good to see a Chelsea fan base just quite connected, whereas I think over the past couple of years it's been a bit disjointed. There's been a lot of abuse, a lot of sort of arguments, and sort of mainly with Chris, to be honest with you. But it's just good that I'm joking, Chris. Don't worry. But it's good to see that everyone's sort of everyone's on board at the minute, and everyone's having a good time, enjoying Chelsea, supporting them. No toxicity, nothing like that. It's just a good time to be a Chelsea fan at the moment. So
true. I don't know if you listened to Monday's episode, Chris.
No.
You were one of Berth's losers, so just
second time this season, Chris. Actually, to be fair,
shots were fired at myself as well, and I owned up. I said some absolute complete and utter nonsense. Right, losers.
At this point.
losers. I've only got 2, so I'll let Chris get the first one in.
I've got UK fans.
Oh, okay.
For the timing. Right?
Oh yeah, that's true. I was leaving work at the time they kicked off. Yeah,
the kickoff time. I know why, because of the time difference.
Half 8 local time. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's just shit, isn't it, for fans nonsense over here?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I know there's probably, realistically, there's nothing they can do about it, but it is shit for fans.
We can't
over
really
here.
change the Earth's time zones, can you?
Basically, if you was a Chelsea fan and you had a job, you couldn't watch the game.
Yeah. Unless you did night shifts. Come on, shout out to them.
Or work from home and, just switched off for an hour and a half.
We know what you were doing.
Out of office.
What about you, Berth? First loser.
The weather, funnily enough.
Yeah.
because it looked freezing. I was cold just like watching the highlights. To be honest with you, like it was just like, I mean, I think it was -11 or whatever in the end. That's way too cold for a football game. I'm sorry, that's just ridiculous.
Oh yeah,
getting hit by the ball in that.
Yeah, imagine one of the getting hit by the ball on the inside of the thigh.
No,
way worse than death.
Yeah, it's not great. And me and Chris have played on a Sunday where it's been about 2 degrees, 3 degrees, and it's raining, and that hurts. Playing in -10 degrees is hell, really.
It's not like you can get the magic sponge out because it would just be a frozen block of ice, you know. Ollie, who's your first loser?
The commentators. They were a loser last time in the Conference League. They're a loser this time because again, Mark Guiu. Stop doing it.
Yeah, I know.
For God's sake, stop doing it. It's driving me mental. His name is Guiu. It's not hard.
He's even said it. He said the thing.
Yeah, if only they had a thing where the players actually said how to pronounce their name. Stop calling him Guiu. It drives me mental.
They did it on Sky Sports News as well, and they're going, Mark Guay. Mark Guay? Who's Mark Guay? You're just making it up now. Right.
Yeah. We had a whole thing as well of like how we were going to pronounce it on this show, and we eventually we passed it out, we worked it out, and we get it right. And we're a free podcast. You are a multi-million-dollar sports network organization. Sort it out.
Yeah. My first loser it's actually my lion. It's Kiernan Dewsbury Hall. He turned out to be a bit more kitten than King of the Jungle. Okay, look. He did grab an assist. He grabbed an assist from the corner, and I've got to give him credit. Fair play. But I felt the whole performance was a bit meh from him. He weren't bad. I'm not saying he was bad. He was not bad. He was just painfully average. And you have to, it's the letdown for that because remember the opposition. You know what?
I think that's a bit harsh.
I actually agree with my...
Look, honestly, every loser on my list today probably is going to be harsh and unfair. Like the conditions, harsh conditions out there. But it might be a little
overreaction. Do you think?
I say he heads out the door next month, either loan or sold. I just don't
probably.
I don't see where he fits in the team, and that sucks because I like him, but he's average.
The thing is with him is you can just see he's not on that level. And I think that was especially exposed a little bit at times today when he's playing amongst like debutantes and like 18-year-olds a lot, and they're outshining him. It does. Unfortunately for him, it says a lot about his level, and I worry that last season in the Championship he peaked. And I have a real worry he could be in like National League by the end of the decade.
Bloody hell.
No, don't be so silly.
It's a real shocker, isn't it, that signing someone who was shit in the Premier League but good in the Championship for a year hasn't worked out.
Yeah, he wasn't quite a Delta apt. Yeah, I mean, imagine that. That'd be amazing. Oh my word.
Jesus.
Right,
a Delta crap more like.
Right, he did all right at Benfica. Anyway, Ollie, second loser for us.
Second loser for me was Jorgensen.
No.
Listen. Let me tell you why. It was bloody cold, and he had to stand there for an hour and a half.
He did.
That's literally it. Like, because he barely had anything to do, bless him. Like, he did have one that flew past him, but I don't think there's really much
great goal
can do about that, to be honest. Yeah, brilliant goal from what was his name? Tommy Ov? I can't remember what his name was, but their captain. But yeah, just tough one out there for Jorgensen, having to basically stand still in -11 weather for like 2 hours. It's a hard one for him.
If you want, listener, I've got it in front of me. His name is Marin Tomasov, and he's 37. Wow, bloody hell!
Wow,
yeah. Right, Chris, second loser for us.
Kind of links in really. Clean sheets.
That was my final one.
We just cannot keep a clean sheet. Doesn't matter who we're playing.
Good
even
goal,
pub
though.
Teams.
Good goal. Dog and pheasant.
Not a real game.
Not a real game.
I would say it was a good goal, and it was.
It was a good goal.
But to be fair, it's a shit standard, but he's still a professional footballer, and the defenders are standing 15 yards off him on the edge of the box, letting him shoot. I don't know what they're expecting is going to happen then. He's going to score, isn't he?
It's poor from Vega. He just throws a leg at it.
Terrible
Yeah.
defending, really, really poor. And this, I feel sorry for our goalkeepers at the minute because they must not be getting any bonuses whatsoever.
Yeah.
Well, I
he's,
don't wanna
he's
say
shouting.
anything, but-
Jorgensen's shouting
Oh.
at Vega afterwards, going, "You cost me money."
Yeah,
To be
yeah.
funny, some of our keepers don't help themselves. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, fair play.
That is
That's
true.
true.
Berth, second one, please.
Talking of goalkeepers, I'm going to go for Astana's goalkeeper for wearing a beanie whilst playing football.
Woke nonsense.
Yeah,
That
I
is-
noticed that. That was weird.
That is the most
I've never
woke
seen anything like it.
thing. What has happened to football? What has happened to this beautiful game?
You know, it was cold.
Short sleeves, low socks, man up, is what I say.
Look, I'm gonna. You know what? I'll jump in and say why my second loser is a winner. It's a winner. Honestly, it's the Chelsea away fans, and it's not every day someone makes both the winners and losers lists. But here we are. Look, they're on my list purely because they had to endure minus 12-degree weather. Minus 12-degree weather. That's the fact. I mean, I hate when it's below zero. Minus 12. And of course, you've just all said it. How cold was it? Cold enough for Astana's goalkeeper to wear a beanie hat. And I have never seen a goalkeeper in a beanie hat.
And bear in mind,
Arctic survival.
They're the home team as well.
I know.
He knows the conditions, but yet he's wearing a
Yeah.
beanie.
Imagine.
The hardest working thing in the entire ground was the undersoil heating.
Imagine if we get best
Yeah.
friends with Astana, like we've become best friends with FC Noah, and we start sending some of our players to Astana as on loan. They
feel
will
like
not
a
be able to be like,
punishment, wouldn't it?
please,
We're
don't.
sending you
really
to
hope-
Siberia as a punishment.
I really hope that this podcast, can we make this a goal for 2025? That this podcast
Has to
makes
go
friends. No,
Oh.
it makes friends with like a
another-
Europa Conference League team on Twitter, please.
Oh, that'd be
Please.
wicked. I'm just checking what the
No,
temperature is in
know
the
where
start.
it is.
Noah.
Yeah,
we
Noah
all
it
love
is.
Noah. There's someone.
Or Servette, you know, they like us a
That's
lot.
good. Do they?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Did you see their TikTok? They're always talking about us.
I don't do
Them and us.
TikTok. That's not. No, not for me. No. Right. Who's your final loser, Ollie?
No, my final loser was clean sheets like Chris. You know, just can't keep them at the moment. Yeah, just it always seems either it goes in off the post, off someone's backside, you know, off the referee's bald head. You know, like it just always seems to go in somehow. And yeah, it would be really nice to have another one of those this season at some point, maybe.
Maybe. Berth.
I haven't actually got any more losers.
no.
Yeah, I only had two.
Chris,
Only
please
had two.
find someone, please.
Yeah, to be fair, it's nitpicking. But it's Vega.
Oh.
Just for the goal. Just
What, the one he scored, you mean?
no, for the one they did. Just
That's amazing.
the standing off. It's almost lazy defending, I call it. And I think it's one of them things where when you're playing a team so far below your level, as a coach, it winds you up when you concede a goal, and I'm pretty sure that would have been brought up after that. As you know, for everything good in the game, we let them score a goal, and it shouldn't really be that way. Defenders should be priding themselves on the clean sheet, and I don't think our defenders are doing that enough, priding themselves on keeping a clean sheet.
That's a good shout out, actually. Yeah. Well, there we go. Winners, losers, done. Moving to Lion of the midweek from our picks. So who have we got? Well, Berth had Tyreek George. Not a bad shout. Not bad. I had Dewsbury Hall. Less have said that, the better. Ollie had Pedro Neto, which is... and the wheel went with Vega. I have no idea who's won out of that. Maybe George?
Neto.
Neto, you think Ollie's got it?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, Vega scored and Neto didn't.
That is...
Ollie, Neto looked like the best player on the
Yeah.
pitch.
Yeah,
It's
he's
not
true.
even
He,
close.
did,
Okay,
he
right.
looked like Messi out there, didn't
Who
he?
was it Mark Guiu? Was it he? Does he get the...
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'd
I think
say
it's-
so.
Yeah.
for a brace,
Okay.
you got to give it him, haven't you?
Yeah, right. Let's turn our attention this weekend because Brentford are rolling into Stamford Bridge for a showdown. And of course, got a little preview. Here's the lowdown. Brentford sitting ninth in the league, while their home form is exceptional. No one does it better. Really, they are number one in home form this season. Their away form is dreadful. Just 1 point on the road all season, courtesy of a draw against Everton. Only Southampton have managed to be worse away from home. Defensively, they've only kept one clean sheet in 15 games. It's also against Everton. Their joint top scorers are Johan Visser and Brian Mbuemo, have both found the net 9 times. So they're the ones to obviously watch. History might make you nervous, though, because they've turned Stamford Bridge into their personal playground the last 3 seasons, winning 4-1, 2-0 and 2-0. So if that's not motivation enough to break the streak, fuck knows.
We've got to beat them, surely.
We have to. One, there is a notable absentee. Pedro Neto is suspended. So with that in mind, who are you thinking is going to shine?
I'm going to go in early with it. I'll go Cole Palmer.
That's just
it's a good shout, isn't it? I mean, the wheel did well with Cole Palmer last time. I'm going to go with Nicholas Jackson.
I would have picked him actually, but
I think in a day of where it's going to be a lot about the strikers, I think he should shine.
Come on, Chris, who have you got?
I'm going to go the other end, and I'm going to go Colwell.
Oh,
it's going to take a lot to stop Chris. You're not wrong.
Yeah, and mainly because I think one of Brentford's biggest strengths is things like set pieces, and we're not the tallest team in the world. So Colwell having a good day in the air is going to be really important to us not conceding a goal, because you just know a team coming with that sort of away record, that's got to break at some point.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow.
So it's one of those horrible games where you're thinking, we don't want to be the team who breaks that for them.
I know, but everyone
not conceding is going to be important.
Everyone thinks City are going to win again, and they haven't. So
yeah, true. I just remembered as well when you said about set pieces, Chris. This is the Bernardo Cueva derby.
Oh, the wheel went with Disasi. He'll maybe in the squad, so I'll put him in.
He'll be sat there watching.
Yeah, Wheel's gone with him, so there you go. He'll definitely be in the squad, so he counts. I've gone Enzo. Why not? He's been impressive. I haven't picked him this season either, so Enzo still gets. Has anyone picked Enzo this year?
I don't think so.
I think Chris did.
No, he didn't. No. I'll tell you who Chris really likes this season. Cucurella. He's picked him 3 times.
Wow. That's interesting.
Consistent player, that's all.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. Yeah, no one's picked Enzo. Oh, yes, they did. Ollie, you picked him against West Ham.
Oh, there you go. Did he have a good game? I can't remember.
No.
Don't think he played. Or did he?
I don't know. Right, there are the wheels picked. I've picked. Everyone's picked. So time for Quaresma's questions. Ellis on Instagram got a Shevva shout out, long time listener, and got a baby blue on the way up the Chelsea. Well, congratulations!
Congratulations!
Oh, you know what? I will drop the question that they've also put in. Does Esteval get game time in our team with the amount of quality we already have up top? I'd say why not? Yeah, I don't see why not. I mean, depends where he plays, doesn't it? Which side?
At the minute, you can't really just drop any. Like, there's no good reason to drop anyone. Like, you can't really drop Madueco and Oaks have been very good. Palmer's obviously electric. Jadon Sancho has been really good. Jackson is obviously scoring loads of goals. So our attackers, I don't see how he automatically gets in. So it's going to be difficult to just get him in the team straight away, really, I think.
What do we think, team?
I agree with Berth. I think it's a massive step up as well.
Yeah.
You know, people seem to think that he's just going to walk over here and do what he's been doing it out in South America. And I would be amazed if that happens. I think if he does that, he'll be someone who's in a Ballon d'Or race at some point.
Wow.
Because to do that at his age would be incredible. So I think it will take some time to nurture him in. And I hope that is the way that we do it as well.
Oh, okay. Ollie, any thoughts to add?
Sorry, I actually missed the question because my internet was shitting itself.
Oh no! Basically, Esteval. Do you see him getting some minutes when he signs up for the Blues in the summer?
I think with the hype around him, I think he has to. I think he has to get minutes. There'll be a lot of pressure for him personally, not only just from him, but probably from the media as well. They're going to be expecting a lot from this kid because he's smashed all Neymar's records and everything. So yeah, I guess we'll see, but. If anyone can live up to it, it's him because he's really talented.
Brando on the Discord, as we approach Christmas, what has impressed you the most of Maresca's tenure so far? Has it been his tactics, man management, culture, player development, or something else?
I think it's a good mix of all of them, really. I've been really impressed with how he's managing the squad. I think people have actually struggled in the past to sort of deal with this squad. Saw it with Pochettino. So I really like that. I think his tactics have been very good, very spot on. His substitutions have been really good. And his interviews have actually been really impressive as well. He talks really well. I think he's been ruthless when he's needed to be. I think he's been sort of, what's the word? I wouldn't say like comical in his interviews, but like he's been sort of he hasn't he hasn't been some interviews he hasn't took as seriously as others, so it's good to see that side as well. But yeah, he's been impressive so far.
I love the culture change because when he came in, he said he was going to change the culture, and I'm sure he meant probably like playing style. However, he has changed the culture of if you disappoint in training, if you do some, you won't play. He's done it to Madueke. He's done it to others. He told players who he didn't want in the squad, "You're not going to play. You're not going to be in my squad." He wasn't mean about it. He didn't just go, right, I'm just, he literally told them, go find another club. And then obviously it's down to them, salaries and all that. But he's been very honest. And we all said, I think even Chris was the first one to bring it up. If it works, you look amazing. But obviously it can backfire because obviously he came from the Championship. But he's done well. And the tactics, Caicedo at right back. What? But it worked. It won us the game. And that's the thing. He's doing so well with it. And long may it continue. I love it. I mean, Chris, what do you think on all of it?
I agree. I have been impressed with most of the things that he's done, but I do think it's probably tactically I've been impressed with the most, because the most concerning thing I heard from Leicester fans in the summer was the fact that he was very plan A only. And if plan A doesn't work, that was sort of it. And once he got figured out, the team stopped performing. But I think he's shown himself to be actually quite tactically flexible. We do have different approaches to different games. The football hasn't been a boring possession based football where it's all about just keeping the ball. We've actually had less possession than the opposition in quite a few games this year, which shows that we're willing to play with the ball and without the ball. So I think tactically, I think he's shown himself to be quite astute, which is really pleasing, because I think those are the coaches which have the most chance of success.
Yeah, Ollie.
Just two things for me. One, he's Italian. Two, in his playing career, he scored a bicycle kick. So I'm not sure how many other Premier League managers they can say that about. It won't be many. So it's a few things that sets him apart from the rest. And I've been really impressed so far.
Awesome. So, well, one thing only.
Oh God.
We're not quite at the time where we crown a winner, because Chris has got 14 wins, Ollie's got 13, Berth's out, so he's not going to get relegated. He's not going to get relegated. But if you see a new name next year, then he probably has.
Oh, wow! That's breaking. That's breaking news.
Wow.
Didn't realize we were all playing for our spots on the show.
No, all good. So, Chris, how many is there left? Is it 3 weeks? I think I said 3, wasn't it? So, yeah. So you can pretty much get one hand on the title if you win today, because then Ollie would have to win out to pretty much.
But Mikey,
sure,
we've got to get it right this time.
Yeah, well, I got it right. I got this one right. So today, the category is the competition that I bloody hate. It's the Club World Cup, because it's meant to be the biggest addition to the calendar. 32 teams competing across the USA. And I want you to name all of them. And yes, I can confirm I've done my Santa checking on this list. I've checked it twice. I've made sure it's correct. All these teams are at the Club World Cup. There are no missing. So.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm sure. So,
all right.
I move. Berth will go Ollie, and then Chris can go last, as he's currently winning. So, Berth, can you name a team who's at the Club World Cup for next summer?
Chelsea.
Yes.
Good shout.
They are on the list. I've just checked.
Real Madrid.
Yeah.
Man City.
Yes.
Bayern Munich.
Yes.
PSG.
Yes.
Atletico Madrid.
Is that right? Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, sorry. Yeah. Inter Milan.
Inter Milan, indeed.
Dortmund.
A Borussia Dortmund, yes.
Juventus.
Yep.
Don't know how they're there, by the way.
Magic.
I'm gonna go with bold. This is Boca Juniors.
Yes.
It is the Club World Cup after all.
It's a good shout. Into Miami.
Into Miami. Host nation slot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well done. Congrats. Oh, sorry, they won the MLS, the league. No, I don't think that counts anyway. Go on.
Porto.
Yep.
River Plate.
Yes.
Esteval's club. Palmeiras.
Yes.
Benfica.
Benfica.
What's that Mexican club? Is it Monterrey?
Monterrey.
Monterrey.
Yep. Oh, you know what? Yeah.
Come on. Yeah, come on.
They're in our group, I think. Flamengo.
Yes.
Al Hilal.
Ooh, good shout.
Yes.
I'm gonna go with Salzburg.
RB Salzburg are indeed. Getting through them.
Think of clubs. Fluminense.
Yeah. Bloody hell.
Seattle Sounders.
Yes.
Oh, good shout.
Al Nasser.
Al Nasser. Berth's gone. Ollie, can you stay in? Can you stay in?
You said you were talking about them the other day. Botafogo.
Yes, Copulador winner. But Chris, pressure.
Auckland City.
Oh, shout.
Wow, yes.
Another one that, I mean, again, there's some waste of time teams. Some waste of time teams in this competition.
Oh, how dare you? We have listeners in Auckland. How dare you do that? I didn't say that, listener.
I'll be honest, I got nothing. I don't think I can pick any more.
Ollie, come on, please. Please.
I don't even know who's...
please, just say it.
Oh, like Sturm Graz. I don't know.
Sturm Graz are not in it. By the way, do you know who the manager is of Auckland City?
No.
Chris Wood's dad.
Oh, I was going to say Albert Riera, and it's not the one I was thinking. I thought it was the one that played for Liverpool. It's not him. Moving on. Let's quickly move that on.
That's Chris's one then, isn't he?
Chris hasn't said one. He's got a...
okay.
Yeah.
Oh, do you not know one, Ollie?
No.
I haven't got one, no.
Good, because I only know one more.
Of course you do. Of course you do.
You are a Red Diamonds.
Oh, one hand on the trophy,
the Japanese
Chris.
Team. Yeah.
Chris
mate.
has
well done.
one hand on the trophy. Where's the celebration? There's something here. That's a... Oh, fuck it. We'll do the Galazzo. Right. We'll do that one. I couldn't find it. I couldn't find the celebration. There it is.
I've got to win the last two to draw.
Yes, you have. Oh, Chris.
Oh man.
You could have had Al Ali, Al Ain, Esperance de Tunis. They're in our group. Leon, Mexican team, not Leon, as in Leone. Leon from Mexico. Mamelodi Sundowns, Pachuca, Olsen HD, and Vidad. I think that's how you say it.
I'll be honest with you, Mikey. Most of them teams I've never even heard of.
No, I have no clue. After I hit the South America, I was like, oh god.
Vidad Athletic Club are from Morocco, and Olsen HD I've never heard of. They are from
Sounds
South
like
Korea.
a TV.
They're from
high definition.
Get them on VAR.
Oh well. What does that HD stand for? Oh, Hyundai. Wow. Okay, that's
Wow.
different. Wow. Okay. Didn't know that. Well, there we go.
What's that like? Is that like the factory team?
I don't know. That's so surreal. Yeah, they're cool. The club is owned by Hyundai Heavy Industries, and
wow,
I don't know if they have any link to. Oh, they're part of the Hyundai group. Oh, there we go. We learned something today, listener. There we go.
Every
Right.
day's a school day.
Listeners, we're at the end of another episode. Before we go, of course, proud to remind you about our partnership with Head in the Game, the mental health charity using football, support the wellbeing and community. Check them out, headinthegame.co.uk. Treat yourself well. We'll be back later. Well, we won't be. We'll be back Monday with our winners and losers from Chelsea and Brentford. Will we stop them breaking their streak? Hopefully so. Hopefully. So, as in, we're beating them. We want them to lose, keep going with their away streak. We just want them to stop the home streak of beating us. Just want to make that clear.
Wrap it up, Mikey.
Yeah, let's go.
With that, that's us signing off.
You've been listening to At the Bridge Pod, a Chelsea FC podcast. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram by searching for At the Bridge Pod. And if you're listening on Apple or Spotify, leaving us a review is always appreciated.